Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lindsay's Little Library. So today is BookList Thursday, and BookList Thursday is something I do with Sarah. Over at Sarah's Nightstand, we come to you every Thursday with some sort of book, thoughts, ideas, recommendations, something bookish related. And Skylar apparently wants to be part of the video. Don't you? Oh, pups. Okay, so today we are taking a little look back and going over all of the 5-star predictions that we've made during BookList Thursday and picking our top 5. So our top 5 of our 5-star predictions. So you've definitely heard me talk about these books before, but surprisingly some of them came from the older 5-star predictions so it's been a while since I have read them and they're still top of mind for me. So let's get started. First one I want to talk about is a little more recent. I read this last year. We Are the Lucky Ones by Georgia Hunter. It follows the Kirk family in 1939 as they are attempting to survive being Jewish during World War II. It follows each of the family members, what happens to them, how they survive, what they do, and it is based on a true story. So it's phenomenal. It took me way too long to read this book. Definitely, if you are a historical fiction World War II fan, this one needs to be on your radar. Next one, historical fiction as well, more YA though. Rita Sepetys, Salt of the Sea, definitely my favorite Rita Sepetys book. Multiple perspectives as a group of teenagers, there's 4 of them, are attempting to seek refuge during the winter of 1945 as they travel to get on the Wilhelm Gustave, which is a ship that is promising them to take them to safety. And so it's their journey, it's what happens when they get to the ship, and it goes from there. And it is fantastic, again, based on true stories. It's just beautiful, just beautiful. Next one I have is Gentleman in Moscow by Amor Towles. I definitely have a historical fiction theme going on here, but this one just blew me away, and I still think about this book, and I just love this book. So this follows Count Alexander Rostov, 1922. He is basically put on house arrest and he has to stay at this very grand hotel and he cannot leave because of being a count. So it follows him living in this hotel. He has this I don't know, how do I even describe it? You can feel like the atmosphere at the hotel and his way of living. He doesn't really want to, he's lived a certain way his entire life, and so he's making do. He's being flexible yet still giving himself the luxuries he's been used to, if that makes any sense at all. He meets a girl, a little girl who's in the hotel, strikes up a friendship with him, which is just, I love that friendship. I love where that friendship goes and how he kind of supports her as much as he can. And how he survives being on house arrest in a hotel. So it was fantastic. I loved it. I loved the writing. It was just gorgeous. Next one I want to talk about is not this book. It's actually Beartown by Frederick Bachman, but this is the second book to Beartown. So just ignore it. I don't know where my Beartown one is, but my expectations going into Beartown were not super high. But so many people told me that I was going to love it. So that's why I got on a 5-star prediction one and did not disappoint. So it follows a couple of teenagers and what happens when the star of the hockey team, and this hockey team is the life of this town it's a small town, but this hockey team and their ambitions to go and win, and does win, kind of drives and brings life back into this town. And so when the star of the hockey team is accused of raping the daughter of the hockey team's coach, it gets complicated. Doesn't sound like it should get complicated, but it gets complicated. And Frederick Bachman, again, has a way with words that is just amazing and beautiful and unlike anyone else that I've read. There are, even in this book, I will dog ear a page. I should get some book darts out to note either where there's a really good quote or a good analogy or whatever that might be. So Beartown's amazing. And then please pick up Us Against You because it was equally as great. And those books definitely, you will think about them. All of these books are books I still think about. The last one I want to talk about and my absolute favorite 5-star prediction so far is one from one of the original 5-star prediction videos like years ago. And this is Before We Were Yours by Lisa Wingate. You guys, I just can't promote this book enough. This follows the horrible story of Georgia Tann and her Tennessee Children's Home Society orphanage, where she actually kidnapped children and then put them up for adoption basically to the highest bidder. So we have that past perspective and then we have present day perspective from someone trying to kind of understand her history. It's heart-wrenching that this is based on true events. It was done so beautifully, and you will go down a rabbit hole learning about what happened, how it is still, some adoptions are still being sealed, how things are still somewhat covered up today. It's amazing. It's such a good book. So that's my number one favorite 5-star prediction so far. Now, we've got some interesting ones this round. Like, I already finished one 5-star, and it's 5 stars. So good. But don't tell anybody. So I'm sure books will move around, but for now, if you're looking for like top 5-star predictions that I've read, all of these are 5 stars. They're all amazing. Pick them all up if you haven't read them already. So head over to Sarah's channel and see what she has for her top 5-star predictions. Otherwise, comment, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye.